That was totally on purpose, guys, because we were talking about things you shouldn't hear.
We're gonna hear ourselves.
Just at the beginning, but
yeah, okay.
anyway, we are live, and I just hit myself with the mic like a magor.
And I have like this mic arm, like splitting my head into half.
So fix it so you look good.
I don't know how.
Let's see. We already have Nati, Ludmila, Fetos, Nati.
Fetos.
You know Fetos?
Yeah, we are recording videos together.
Very nice.
He's my buddy.
Does Fetos, is that a reference to Fetiak?
No, but
No?
we're making fun of him. And Nidinka is actually my girlfriend watching.
Ooh, neat Inca. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. So, before we get started and before I get to the guests, guys, I have to do my admin. So, first of all, let me start off by thanking my moderators. So, let me start off by thanking Mr. D, Ludmila C, George, Nati, Vendo, Macho Boost, Studio Moon TV, Teresa Tezarikova, Roman Drevo, Max Menzel, Duklok, and Susquats, Lou Voitkova, and Cynthia. Yeah, I don't know what the robot is doing there, but thank you, robot.
But he's doing. You should get this robot. How is it called? He's called. Oh my god, I don't know. He basically can stop spams and like.
I have him, Nightbot or something.
Yeah,
like
Nightbot.
That. Yeah,
Nightbot.
He's there somewhere
But
chilling.
he should be a moderator also to do such things. So
I put him, but he likes to go away sometimes. So I will
he's
have
like
to.
living on his own. So
He has a life of his own. The guy is pretty busy.
I know the struggle. I know that he's on almost on every stream. I don't know how he does manage that. So
I need to figure out how to do those messages that other.
you have to go to the Nightbot site and basically just press them, and you can also have this time span that every time he's like send them, you can. Get
I know
it from
I know who's gonna help me.
who's
at
gonna
the
be
end
there?
of this podcast.
I don't know who you have in mind.
So now to thank the members, guys. Thank to the moderators, but thank you to the members who actually give us sweet peñas.
Peñašky.
Peñašky. So David D, thank you. Duri D, thank you. Witek, thank you. Marek Dovina, thank you. Androki, SK, thank you. Andre Devat, is that Devat? Looks like it, right? Maxim Vaz, Drift, Max Menzel, MD, Vamo Games 12. This is NQTTY, NQTTQ. Thank you. Tomasz Rosocha, I don't know. Rosocha. Veronka Sh. Pauli B. Jan Bialobok. Wilkorn. Patricek. Can you read this one?
Tvarohový rohlík.
Thank you. Masurovec. Vendo. Cynthia. Sinister. Ludmila.
Sinister is here. I also know that one.
You know Sinister?
Yeah, I know him.
He's following you?
We managed to spend quite a time on Discord together. I know him. If that's him.
You have a Discord channel of your own?
I do, but it's quite dead.
So we need to plug it. Ludmila C. Can you read this one?
Slavský Laurent.
And Membev. So thank you to all of you members for being supporters and being here with us. Oh, let's see that Martin is already being a magor here. So I guess we're gonna put that user in a timer.
Already did that.
Yeah, but let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
No spam. Okay, me waiting for the food, of course. All right. So we have another special guest today, guys.
Switch the chat one more time.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, now you see
Not
everything.
again. Anyhow, guys, stop doing my work. Thank you. Sorry, Nati. Apologies. But anyway, welcome to Something po Anglicky.
Thank you.
Sebastian. Can I call you Sebastian?
Yeah, go ahead. As you like.
It's a very cool name. It reminds me of the Never-Ending Story. Have you?
That's where I got it from.
Really?
Yes. But basically there was a Bastian or Bastion or something like that, and yeah, basically that's where I gained my name from. So
Is that the story that your parents tell you?
yes, and I hope it's true.
It has to be true. And that is such an amazing book. I don't know if you had a chance to read the book or you just saw the movie.
No, I haven't. I just saw the movie. So
I recommend you the book 100% because it's so well written.
It's like detail packed or something like
Yeah,
that.
in like it's a every chapter is a story of a character, right? And then the writer is Michael Ende, who writes.
Okay.
It's a German writer, and he finishes the. And German writers like they've been writing fairy tales for
Mm-hmm.
forever. The Grimm's brothers, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But every chapter ends with, okay, there's more to know about this character, but we'll talk about it next time.
Ah,
And it is such a cool book. But that's
quite
enough with
tricky.
that book. You guys know the drill. For those of you that don't know who you are, who the hell are you?
So I'm basically, let's say, a YouTuber. I started like in 2017. I can't say I've become famous, but I became known for doing videos with like way more famous people than me because I just appeared somehow. I just appeared from like nowhere, and people started asking questions. And yeah, that's basically me. I just started doing YouTube. I followed my passion. I'm trying to share my hobbies that I actually like share with my followers and stuff. So I'm Fetosh saying that I'm a magician,
Are you?
and I hope so. And basically, I would like to address myself that I am something like person that I always wish that I had when I was younger, like somewhere for me. So I'm trying to be kind to people and stuff. So I'm really trying to be like not just person on the YouTube. I'm really trying to like spread it into the world. And basically, that's who I am. I do videos. I do funny stuff. I do TikTok. I do basically everything and nothing really.
How
great
did you,
about me.
how did you know that you were well known? When was that moment that you realized that, wait, people know me?
I still do not realize it, but it's not that I'm really well known. But when people start to recognize you on the street, I'm sorry for the mispronunciation. Recognize you.
It was fine.
It's gonna be fails a lot. So I'm sorry
Oh,
about my
come on.
English.
Come on.
And yeah, basically people come to you, can I get a photo with you? And there's like, the first moment is like, why would you want photo with me? Like, I do videos. Why would you like to like take a photo with me? And they're like, oh, we watch you. We really like your videos and stuff. And when people recognize you out of nowhere, basically I have this story. We've been like a long time ago with my brother in the club, when I was still living in Banska Bystrica.
I love Banska Bystrica.
Yeah, but I move out of there. But it's a great city sometimes.
Hi, Cynthia.
And I've been with my brother, and basically we've been at night. We've been outside, and there's like this guy looking at me, and I was like, "Is he trying to do something? He wants to fight?" And I came to him, and I'm like, "Man, you have any problem with me? Like, you've been looking at me for like half an hour or something."
Čo myš,
Čo čumíš? Chceš pecku? And he was like, "No, I actually know you." I was like, "You know me?" And I was like, "Yeah, you are TwileR, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am. How do you know me?" Yeah, I watch your videos." And basically, and I was like, "What?" And when you go somewhere, even I'm going to work. I'm not able to be making money as much as I need from YouTube. So I'm going to work, and basically people sometimes wait for me to appear at my work and just go there, and it's like,
That's creepy, man.
it is. We can get into that later, but I don't want to share where I work or what I do. I can give some non-specific details, but yeah, it's really creepy. And basically, this time when you go into bus and I look in front of me, there's like guy with the phone, and he's like this,
Yeah, this is
and it's really creepy. Like, come to me, say you want the photo. So my actual response was I took out the phone also, and I started to record him. And then he was like, microphone covers TwileR's face. That's how it should
Is
be.
that better? Yeah, don't cover your handsome face.
I'm sorry, but I'm still trying to figure it out, this microphone. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna be like,
It's so funny that you
Like
mentioned
this.
that because I'm used to pictures, but not because of being known or anything, but because of the shoes that I wear. Like, I have a very specific. I don't have them on now. I'm barefoot.
and it's like, what are those?
But I have the Monsters Inc. shoes.
Oh, really?
They are furry.
You have to show me them after.
Stan Smith, Adidas.
I never see.
I'll show them to you. But
Okay.
one of them is Sully, and the other one is Mike Wazowski.
Oh,
of the shoes. And of course, furry shoes are gonna be controversial for people, right?
yeah, yeah.
So all the time I catch people. Even one time I was in London, and the girl forgot to turn off the flash. Like,
That must have felt so awkward to you. Like, so awkward.
I was used to it because people like really laugh at my shoes. But nowadays, like it's happened that people recognize me. I don't even have a big following, but people want pictures, and sometimes I'm like, have you seen any of my podcasts? No.
Oh, but I have this story. We've been eating at McDonald's with my girlfriend, and then this boy showed up. Oh, can I get a picture with you? I really love your videos. And then he addressed me by the name Exploited. I was like, wait, do you know who you're taking picture with? You are not Exploited, right? And I was like, no, I'm not Exploited. And he was like, I forgot your name. And I was also, so there is no picture for you. So he went away. He found out, oh, you are TwileR. I know now. And basically took the picture. But it was like so weird. They do not know your name, but they do know who you are and want the picture. But it's like, I don't know. It's quite, it's weird. It's weird.
At least for me, I'm lucky that in Slovakia I don't look like any other YouTuber. So nobody's gonna be confusing me with anybody.
But you know what's funny? I want to go back to your shoes. Everyone every time tells you that to be different is okay and you should be different. And when you really do that, like you don't have like certain style that is like approved by the community, by these masses, they tend to make fun of you or take pictures of you. And I really do not support that because I think like you should be your own and you can do what the hell you want. I mean, does it really matter? Yeah, because we live on some rock that's spinning in somewhere, and people tend to make fun of you for your own style for something, which I never really realized why they do that. So
I stopped caring a long time ago. I wear my furry shoes and I don't really care
yeah,
like what people think.
there is Tomik saying, "Do you remember the stream when kids called you Selassie?" Yeah, I do know because they say that we have a like similar voice with Selassie.
No.
And maybe when I'm like on the YouTube, maybe then it's like, you know, because when I do some voice impressions time to time, I can sound like him. And basically people are you Selassie? Is this Selassie? And also when we were playing roleplay on servers, Selassie is dead. And I was like, it's not him.
Did you ever make any videos with Mate?
Mate who?
Selassie.
Oh, like, yeah. We actually have, we know each other. I also crashed at his studio a few times. He let me sleep there when I wasn't living in Bratislava. Huge shout out to him.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a great guy, but now he's like way too busy, so we kind of lost contact together.
Everyone is absolutely busy. Like it's insane. I don't know what's happening in the community, but everybody's like,
they found girlfriend.
This is true.
I mean, when you have a girlfriend, you change like in a certain ways, and basically we are supposed to change, which is okay. But sometimes it's like feel like it's a little sad that they do not make any time for like this Discord calls and stuff.
How do you marry that in the life of an influencer? Because I'm sure that you are constantly somebody's always writing you messages.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
How do you deal with that?
Like from fans' messages? Or
from like obviously, I don't know how it is for you, but for me, it's mostly men that write me. It's like 95% men. No, 98% men that write me, sliding into my DMs. And I would say of that 95%, 80% are looking to hook up with me.
You're good looking. What can I
don't
say?
know. I don't know about that, guys.
Yeah.
But look, this is not attractive. This Bruce.
Maybe is it for them?
That's Slanina. There is a type that people like the dad bod. But how is it for you?
Well, I don't want to say it, but I will say it, and I just say this one time, and we forget about it. I have a lot of kids in my DMs. Please do not repeat that or clip that or anything. I never said that.
That's for my TikTok. At least you're not Andre Figo.
Well, when I wasn't in relationship, I had like a lot of women in my DMs.
So for you, it was the
And
opposite.
but also a lot of guys. It was like
Okay.
mostly guys and kids like together, and basically like female audience. But I never really respond to that because you never know what's behind of it. If it's like basically just for fame or for money, or they have like some standard or something.
But they were offering like themselves, or it was not like a high.
They were offering way too much sometimes, and basically sending you pictures and stuff, which I blocked them immediately.
I never had that, so
It's okay. You don't need to see that. Basically, it's not really that great as like many people would imagine. It's not really okay to open like DM and see picture of someone's body, and it's like really sad because you should have some value to your body. You should like respect your own privacy. And if she can do that and send it to me, how many guys did she send it to?
Yeah.
Like it's like it's same with the cheating in relationship. If you do it with someone, what's stopping you to do it again with someone else? And basically I've cut those people, and I managed to chat with one girl way before my girlfriend. I have a huge disclaimer, way, but and I was like, why are you doing this? Why are you sending me pictures of yourself for no freaking reason? And she's like, to get your attention. And I was like, okay, you have my attention. What now? And the whole like chat became dead silent. We never spoke again. And like what's happening? What do they want? So yeah, but now it really switched to me, and it's mostly kids. They want like new videos. They tell me to say hi to Asimister because I became known like with Asimister. He took me like under his wing way back, and we've become like this well-known duo on the Slovak YouTube gaming scene.
And you know what? What I've noticed in my short career doing this, and by the way, I have no aspiration of becoming a YouTuber, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I want to do. I think that I do this out of a passion project, and more I'm on a mission, right?
Mm-hmm.
To just bring this perspective that foreign languages and having a second language makes you of value.
Yeah.
And is good for you.
Yeah,
Because there's so many kids that don't pick up a second language, that don't learn English, and they limit themselves to what they can do. But my point is that what I learned is you need to have somebody on your corner.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's been Papa Peter and Duklok.
Yeah.
Because I think that without having that support, it's so hard to be noticed.
Yeah, but there comes like something with it, which is not good, which is they will not recognize you as Miguel, as something per Anglicky or something like that, but they will know you as friend of Dusan, friend of Peter. Oh, you're the guy that records video with them, and basically that's like not. I don't want to say will kill my career, but it's very limiting because they have these standards for you then, because they think you're going to become them. Where is that subscriber board from, please? We couldn't find it on the internet. How is it called? Oh, she's talking about this one. How is it called, the display?
Oh, it's called the Lemetric
Oh, yeah.
clock.
And I want to finish like my thoughts. So basically, they took you under your wing, but there is like really certain downside of it, and people will recognize you for that. And if you do something else that you are supposed to do, they kind of lost interest to you. But I have to highlight something, that the most best people that want to watch you, they will remain watching you, which is great because you will start to recognize those people. It's not gonna be maybe like 500,000, 20,000. It's gonna be maybe like 10, 15, 20 people. Basically, they will recognize you, and then they will stay here with you, and they will support you along the way. I have like multiple people that I still recognize on my YouTube videos when they like comment, or I have people in my DMs. Oh, I was watching you like 5 years ago. I quite forgot about you, but now I found you again. You are doing great. And this is like the most heartwarming that you can have, because you know there was someone since literally the day one, and they still care somehow about you. And that's great. That's great.
I know exactly what you mean, because just started a Discord, and I started also streaming on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I generally have between 6 and 12 people, but it's the same people.
Yeah.
And I enjoy so much playing games and talking to them on the chat, to those same people that always come back. It's like our little group that just enjoys watching me. It feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It feels really good to see the names. It's usually Ludmila, Vendo. I don't know if he's here. And Nati as well.
I know what you're talking about because like I was streaming roleplay, like GTA roleplay. It's like maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and I had like 600 people on my stream
Jesus.
on the one time. I think we
I
broke
can only
my.
dream of that.
No. I want to say you, and it's not that good that I imagined. It's really not that good because 600 people at once try to satisfy each of them. Try to like be them here for them. Sorry, I just said like bullshit. Be there for them.
Mm.
So, and basically they have this like certain standard they want to see, and you're not able to fulfill that. And basically, like 600 people at once. I had like 2 moderators, no chance to do alone.
Oh God.
I had to turn off the chat, but then I turned on the chat only for members, and then I realized like I have 10 members, and it became so peaceful and quiet after that. And basically, when we stopped doing these role plays because my character was killed, and I didn't like find the passion to do it again because it was consuming my whole life. I was in work thinking about role play, what we gonna do, and it's like it really started consuming me. When I was in role play angry, I was real life angry, which I didn't like on myself. And when I stopped, I just stopped for like really long time. I wasn't streaming. Then I turned my stream back on, and like there's like 20-30 people, 600 to 30 people. And
it's so crazy that you mentioned that, because when I started to get into gaming, and in the beginning of my podcasting career, I couldn't even sleep well because I was dreaming about podcasting, and it was horrible. It was like the worst month of my life getting used to the switch.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get out of that? Because it seems that you were deeper.
I was really deep. We were playing for like half a year, and I had a certain responsibility. I was like manager on farm. Basically, we were role playing like farmers.
You had your pharma.
And we were role playing also with Slajo. He owned the farm. And
Why am I not surprised?
and he
was Jakub there too, Evgen?
I think he wasn't playing.
What?
You know who was playing?
Who?
Strasiak. His dad.
His dad is
one of a hell of a
He's
great
hilarious. He's hilarious. I love their videos together.
He's like really great guy. So we managed to play for like half a year. There was like another group. They like basically targeted Slajo, and they were trying to take my spot. And also Akilian, there is another guy. He was also a manager on the farm, and we were like 2 managers, and they tried really, really hard to take our spot. And we were like hell of a deep. We were thinking, what are we gonna do to them? How are we gonna like disband them? How are we gonna like something do to them to see that Selassie, but not Selassie, just his character, that we didn't like them, and basically this civil war on the farm started, and we were like really deep. We were like chatting, we were calling, we were like dealing with the stuff. What we gonna do? And then you're like, we have this moment of realization when my character was killed. Basically, my whole stream career was killed with it, because people do not want to look at my other streams because like roleplay was good and people do not understand it, but watch it at some kind of series or a movie. Basically, it's like late night chill. You just sit there, you chill, you see like you streamers interact with other streamers and stuff. And when my character was killed in game, I was really sad. But there was like this huge relief that I do not need to think about it anymore. And they
How
were
did you die?
They killed me. The second group, they killed me. Like they massacred me as hell. So, but I managed to kill also a few of them. We have this like shootout inside the farm. We called it a crack house because it was like really bad house inside. And basically what happened, we killed each other. Some of them survived. People were like, do another character, go back, try to reclaim your spot. I was like, no, I'm done with it. I don't want to do it again. And like maybe a month after my character was like unalived, I managed to like sit down and I was like, what? Why I am still thinking about it? It's done. It's over. It's like it's closed chapter of my life. I don't want to think about it anymore. So I found something else and basically I just poofed it out of my head and I switched my personality right away from that. I left Discord. I managed to delete everything. I even delete the 5M mod where you play like the GTA roleplay. I deleted it and I was like, I'm not gonna turn it on like for at least a year.
Jesus. So you actually, this is a good expression, guys, that we can learn in English, which is called cold turkey, which is when you quit something, not slowly, but all of a sudden. So you cold turkeyed everything.
Yeah, I had to. It was consuming me. Like really, I was watching streams, and I was like sitting there, like I'm not here, but I was still interested in the story, and I didn't want to be. So I had to like cold turkey it, and basically, I had to leave it like as soon as possible because it was really damaging like everything. So
I'm really surprised though that you had the foresight of noticing that, because not many of us do that,
yeah, I became really aware of that. So and of the whole situation. So I really want to stop that, and it helped me a lot. So
We're gonna. Fetos wants to know about your tattoos, so we will discuss that later on. Yeah, we discussed that. Nati will slide in the DMs. Food baby, yes. Oh, thank you, Tommy K. Kubo Games. Thank you so much for the nice comment. He likes the podcast, he says. What else? Weren't you in Duklok's recast? Were you?
No.
Were you in recast?
No. But I was in his videos. I was editing for him on the Duklok boost before Macho boost.
So how did that come about?
Well, I was in Banska Bystrica. I was kicked out of my job, but it wasn't a job. It's like when you are a student job. I don't know how it's called in English, to be honest. It's called brigada here.
Yeah, it's just part-time.
Let's say a part-time job, and I was like, without money, without anything, and I had a passion for like doing YouTube videos, and I was like, I had my contact of Dusan because we were like sharing memes a lot of times. We shared a good laugh together, and I just hit him up like, "Are you looking for editor maybe?" And he was like, "You know what? Yeah, I am because this guy that was editing for me. He's gonna leave because he have a lot of stuff to do. So you can start." And basically, he told me that I'm gonna edit live videos. And it was going great at the beginning. It was really going great. I was really like passionate about it. But I don't know how much time passed. I realized I'm not that passionate about it anymore. That I do not want to like do a proper editing. And I became a bit lazy. And those edits went downhill. And I can say they were shit at the end. So basically, we've made this kind of agreement on Discord, me, Dusan, and Macho Boost, that I'm gonna give it to Macho Boost. I wasn't really okay with it at the beginning because I realized the money is gone. I'm not gonna get any money from it anymore. And somehow I managed to like live with it. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna lose money. I'm gonna search for any part-time job or focus on myself, focus on my YouTube or something like that. And basically, we managed to switch it from me to Macho Boost, and Macho Boost is way more passionate about it. So he's doing a great job. I cannot say otherwise. He's doing a great job with those edits. He also is multiple times on his live stream. So basically, he know what's happening there. He know where to cut it, how to cut it, and stuff. So the spot is quite of deserved. Not gonna lie, because I was really lazy at some point of my life because I had like a lot of going on. And
it was a learning experience for you, no?
Yes, it was. But it was also sad because at the moment I didn't realize it, but then I realized it that we quite after this whole editing stuff, we quite of like lost touch with Dusan, and we weren't like talking to each other as much as we used to. And I had like 17, maybe 16 years old, and someone was like, oh, he doesn't want to talk with me. He's not my friend anymore. And then I realized, why would he spend time for me if it's not somehow beneficial for him? I realized along the way on my life when I grown up a bit, I also don't want people around me that are not beneficial for me. I can keep in touch. If they call me, I'll pick up, but there is no need like to be every night on Discord and stuff. So
And this is it, because that's that's something that I realized late in my life as well with my friends, that actually some of my best friends, my best friend is from Banska Bystrica, named Simona, and she's from Kremnica.
yeah, I know.
You
where
know
it is.
Kremnička or
Kremnička.
Kremnička. So you know where it is.
I went to school to Kremnička. Zvolenská cesta is there, I think, in Kremnička. So.
I'm not really sure, but what I
Yeah.
wanted to say is that we rarely write to each other, and we hang out a couple of times per year.
Mhm.
But it's always great when we do.
Yeah.
But I know that I don't need to be every second like writing, because if you're friends, you're friends, right?
I have
there's-
this one friend also in Banska Bystrica, but you can finish the thought. I'm
No,
sorry,
that was it. That was it. That sometimes you don't need to be in touch every day,
Yeah.
right? But it's good what you say, that as long as you know that you can pick up the phone if something happens. Like if she called me, that
Yeah, no matter what, you just pick it up.
I'd be there.
I have this friend of mine. He's called like Game Master, and
Game last.
yeah, he's called Game Master. He's like, I don't know if the correct word for him is like nerd, but he knows everything about
Beeflush.
PC, everything.
Flush.
He's not Beeflush actually. He's not Beeflush, but he's like I just call him and he knows everything about the PC. He know how to build them. He know everything about the internet. Basically, he has his own company right now. He does like security cameras. He's like like really like into his job guy, and this is exactly the same relationship as you say. Like we do not write each other every day. We manage to call a few times in a year, maybe write something, or maybe when I need something or he needs something. And basically, yeah, if we are together and we spend time together, is like the best time. And it's basically like, it's not like we met yesterday, but it feels like we met yesterday. It's great.
Everything is the same from the last time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same
There's
as
no
like.
hard feelings. There's no hard feeling. Oh, you didn't write me for like a month. We do not care about it. Why would you? And that's great. He's like great. He's a great guy. So
It's similar to my relationship with Papa Peter. That I would say that we are great friends, and we talk a lot, but it's related to work usually, to things that he needs to do. But a couple of times per year, we actually meet outside of anything related to work, and it's absolutely great. And also, I had a difficult situation where I needed some advice from a lawyer, and he was able to help me. And like, I mean, when people didn't, nobody really came through to help. He did.
Yeah.
So
I know what you're talking about.
those kind of things, don't forget. Let's have a quick look at the chat, because I've been ignoring it. So I apologize, chat. It's been an interesting discussion. Have you ever received fan-made art?
I have multiple of them, but not that it's not that usual anymore. It's not that common. Basically, it's more like people will write you a message or send you a fan art into the DM, and I only have like maybe 3, maybe 4 of them on the paper. But I have
People know your address?
no, when they saw me on some kind of like I was on Y Games, basically. But I have this story that I've been when I was working in Banska Bystrica. There was like this couple of guys, and they knew I'm working there because I was on the front line, let's call it. I was working in retail, so and they knew I was there, and they managed to knew what or which day I'm working.
They asked somebody.
Yeah, but they came to me. They were very polite, like literally so great guys. I don't know how they are called. I had like a highlight on my stories, but I deleted it because I was like remaking them, and they were like really polite. I was going out to get something to eat, and they were like, "Hello, I know you are working. We are really sorry to disturb you, but we really wanted to catch you over there because we don't know where else we were able to catch you." And they came out with these small like papers of like me drawing of me, and can you sign it? I was like, yeah, no problem. So basically, they came after school, they got their paper signed, and they left. And they were like really polite. They thanked me like 10, maybe 15 times. They were like, we watch your videos, they're great, make them way more. We are really, really interested in you and stuff. And I know they sometimes just write me on the Instagram. They were very great guys. And this is how I imagine fans to be. And the world will be great if the fans were like this.
I think
every
the
one of
key
them.
word is polite.
Yeah,
Being polite, because a lot of people are not polite.
respectful.
We have some questions from Instagram.
Oh, did actually someone wrote that?
For quite a few people, actually.
Okay.
There's quite a few questions.
Wasn't expecting that, so.
Let's see. Some are in Slovak.
Mm-hmm.
First one is ako to išlo TwileR po anglicky.
Ako to išlo? Well, stále ide. It's
Pretty
still
good.
going on. It's still going on. So yeah, it's great. It's been so great so far.
That was Tobias223 who asked that. Next question is, who do you most appreciate in your life?
Like, without any doubt, my girlfriend, to be honest. Like, what she have done for me, I cannot, like, my girlfriend and my sister, they were like always there for me. Apart we've been not together, we had like a breakup, like a pause with my girlfriend and stuff.
How
But
long?
A year.
That's a long pause.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of us. But I'm not really comfortable to sharing that
Okay.
because I think she is not okay with that. So I'm not gonna get into it. But my girlfriend and my sister, they made this huge part in my life when I was like really down. They helped me really. My sister was always there for me. She was like supporting me along the way when I told her.
Older, younger?
She's older than me. She already has 2 kids of her own.
Okay.
Yeah, and like
So you are Uyo?
yes, let's say, but we've been like stuck together. We have these like huge bond. She's my second mother, to be honest. She raised me and she took me on many trips with many friends, and I really do love her. But I'm quite scared about the time that has passed on, because since I moved, I feel like there is a bit of a loss of a connection between us. But it's not that noticeable, but you notice it sometimes that we are not in touch as we used to be. But that's okay.
Does it make you appreciate the time that you do have together, though?
Yeah. We've been like previous week with her when I was in Banska Bystrica doing some stuff. And there's my girlfriend, like, she's done so much for me. She's being so supportive. Like, I can even describe with words what she have done with me, for me, sorry. And I'm really grateful for her. And I hope we get married sometime. I hope we stay together, because I really cannot imagine anything else by my side. She done like huge part in my life and always be there for me. So
What's her name?
her name, Mia.
So shout out to Mia.
Huge shout out to Mia.
Huge shout out to Mia.
And from friends, if I may,
Of course.
if I may finish.
This is your podcast.
No, it's yours. I'm just the.
I mean,
guest.
but it's focused just on you. So.
And from friends, I can say there was like a semester that is like a huge help, like with advices, with everything. He like took me under his wing, and we managed to have so much great times, so great videos and stuff. And like, we've been for a time we've been like inseparable. If that's the correct word.
Yes.
And it was great. I'm really glad that I met him. I'm really glad that we managed to get videos together, because like he's a great guy, and he also has a lot of going on right now. So we are not in touch as we used to be. We're not hanging out as we used to.
He's been extremely difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah.
He's really busy, and we were supposed to have a podcast the week before,
Oh, okay.
but he's moving.
Yeah, he's moving. I know he had so much trouble with the flat and stuff. So, but he's a great guy. I really do like him.
So hopefully next year we will have him on, because he was supposed to come with his girlfriend.
Yeah, I know. I saw you already planned it for like next year. Yeah, with Monica.
And it was planned for the week before, but
But
we had to move it.
Yeah,
to,
you moved it, and now it's
Yeah.
planned for like
We don't
January.
have a date yet.
Oh, okay.
I just put it there because I don't want to remove the event,
Mm-hmm.
but we will see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We need to organize it. But yeah, he's extremely busy guy. Sometimes I catch him at movie premieres
Yes, he's there.
because he likes to go. So I think the last time I saw him was at Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I wasn't there though because I didn't like the Halloween movie. It's trash. I'm sorry.
The last one, you mean?
I didn't see the last one, the previous one that I was on, but it's always the same.
Yeah, it's horror, you know.
But it's not that quite of horror that I like more like psychological horrors and stuff instead of like I'm gonna shoot you 50 times and you will get up and it's like
This is like the always the debate because also I'm not a big fan of, well, I love movies like Nightmare on Elm Street,
Mhm.
Halloween, Child's Play, but
classics.
they're not scary. They're slashers, like you said. It's
Yeah.
about killing and. But have you seen Korean or Japanese horror?
I think only one.
So I will need to give you a list of movies that guarantee you will just
Looking
give you
forward to it.
man goosebumps. Like just thinking about it makes me feel nervous. But there's one, for example, called Noroi, the Curse.
Okay.
And why is it so terrifying? There's nothing really happening,
Mm-hmm.
but there's small things that are unusual. And throughout the movie, you see different things, and then they start to connect them.
Okay.
And then you're like,
We have Matush here, Poggy.
Boggy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's here.
He's here. How did he manage to get
How did you drive?
fast? Poggy, you want to explain something? You just been there. We are live for like how much? Half an hour?
Or maybe that's the imposter.
Maybe that's not him.
Maybe that is the imposter. Let's see. Next question. Are you happy with what you have right now? Would you change something? These are some deep questions, man.
Really, really. I am happy.
Do you know that
When-
follower? Maybe that's somebody you know.
Oh, this Mastichka. We also do videos together.
Okay, so
Oh,
he's asking you the
Really deep
Sure.
stuff. He's not that deep. Usually so. Wow.
So he's interested.
Great. I would change my perspective of how to do things because I have this. I don't know how it's not a disability. It's like it's laziness. Oh, here it is. Here is
There you go.
Mastichka. Thank you for question. When I am in work, I tend to do like 100% of me. But when I do something for me, it's not 100%. And this is like a huge downside of me because I would be in different places already with my YouTube, with my career, with everything. I will be like somewhere like way more far away. And basically, when I do something, along the way, kind of this excitement just shakes off, goes to the ground, and then like week, month, maybe year passes, and I'm like, I really do enjoy it. Why I stopped? I remember how I really like it, so I get back to it. I try to give my best for like year, months, I don't know, and then it happens again. It's like this circle that I cannot somehow break, and I'm trying to find ways how to break it. And I have like so many people telling me like, stop it, do it, like you are good at that, just do it. And Mastichka is also one of them because he has been there for some of the downsides. So yeah, my girlfriend saying we are working on this habit.
Do you think that maybe, because I also see that in myself sometimes, but then I realize that even if I like it and maybe I'm good at that, it's not really a passion, and I've become more picky about where I spend my time. So that's why it doesn't work out for me.
I honestly do know why I have this kind of stuff. It's because I didn't have like very good relationship with my parents. That's one of the reasons why I moved on. They're also split. And every time that I starting to really enjoy something and be strongly passionate about it, sorry, somehow I managed to get into argument with my mother, and basically she like put end of it. And when I was like at the peak of it, she just stopped it and took away it from me. So I kind of like developed this habit of stop doing things where I really enjoy, because maybe something back in my head is like telling me, oh, it's gonna stop anyways, you know. So basically it's like I think that's the habit where it came from, and it's really, really hard to get rid of, because this was like going for like 18, 19 years when I
Long
stood up
time.
for myself, and like the last year was like hell. We've been like arguing all the time. We've been like, oh god, like so many things happen that people do not know. Like it's really hard, and we cannot even like talk to each other for now, which has been a long time past, and I think that's the habit where it came from.
And I understand you. I keep saying I understand you, but we have similar journeys, I think,
Mhm.
because I also with my parents, I left my house at a very young age, like moved out, and I spent maybe 4 or 5 years that I didn't speak to my parents. And even now, like I don't write them. I don't have the need to communicate with them or do anything. And it's affected me is that now, especially in relationships, like I really find it attractive when the girl has a big family and gets along really with the family,
Yeah.
or has a loving environment, because maybe that's what I missed.
It's like a true fact. I think that like some scientists or something, basically what you were lacking in young age, you are tend to look in your relationship. And that's really what I found out when we were first together with my girlfriend. I had this huge need, huge need with her. Like I need to, um, I need her presence, and I wanted to control her for some reason, but not in a like really toxic way. But I was like so protective. I was like, when you get there, call me every half an hour. Let me know that you're okay. Like so protective, because we were living 3 hours apart, and we just seen each other like twice, 3 times a month, which was really hard for like 1, 2 days. And I developed this habit, like to be way more like obsessed with her, and I was really lacking that kind of like, because I never felt this great love. I felt it from my sister because she was always there for me. I felt it from my girlfriend, which she done a great job. Then we like split, and I realized so many things that I was doing wrong. Like I looked in myself in the mirror, I was like, why would you do that? Like why? And then I understood why she was sad for those things. I immediately like get this like understatement that I was really controlling. I was like getting mad over she cut her hair like this, like I don't know how it's like 10 centimeters, and
I don't know centimeters, but in inches, that's
Um,
probably 4 inches,
it's
5.
average inches.
That would be a tragic.
Uh, and basically I was mad at her. I wasn't talking to her for a day.
Really?
We came from school. We were texting in school. We were sleeping with phones like whole night on. And basically after school we managed to like get in the call already, and it was psycho. Like I couldn't done it right now. So
But I think this is the story for every guy. Because, man, if I look back to when I was in my first relationships and up until maybe after my 20s, I was a huge cocotte. I'm not going to lie, I was awful.
yeah,
And you learn.
yeah,
But
from those mistakes. So.
but actually, you've had a very short time to learn those things. So
I had to like mature quick, really. And the problem was that I was like really mature from a really young age, because I was like looking out for my brothers. We've been moving when I was 7. We started to move to a different house, and my mother left me like for a whole day with like 7 month old my brother, and I was able to take care of it, change the diaper, feed him, and stuff. Now, I really never had like this childhood, which is like really lack of that I'm missing. My childhood basically it's gone. I never had the chance to have a childhood, and it like I had this certain responsibility for my brothers and stuff, and when I grew older and I started to have my own will, let's say, I was so childish, because I was lacking this childhood, and I was like so dumb, so childish, and I lost so many people because of that. But I think that's the part of the way. You are supposed to lose people to understand some kind of a bigger part of your life, that you need to like learn from those mistakes. And yes, pretty much I lost my childhood, and that's maybe why I'm still acting as a child sometimes. But my girlfriend accepts.
Look around here.
Yeah, I think that's like most of the guys that like this childhood thing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And when I moved out, I realized that I'm way more calm than I was back there. And like I understood that this kind of toxicity in house where you are growing up, like it sticks to you. It's like Venom or something, you know, as he stick to Spider-Man, and he became like this more aggressive and stuff over time. I was so aggressive. I was not really good, not even to my brothers. At the certain times, I was like really aggressive. I hit them and stuff, which I'm really sorry about right now, because when I look back, I would never do that again. And when I moved actually with Roman, with Woody.
With you live with Roman
we've
Drevo?
been flatmates.
I'm so jealous.
For
Woody is my man crush.
yeah, he's a good guy, but we had our differences. So I kind of like moved out with my girlfriend, and I'm so much calmer, and I think through, instead of like acting on the first basis, like changed so much. Like
When you talk about toxicity in the family and these kind of things, having experienced that, and even now to this degree with certain dynamics in my family, it motivates me to want to be better.
Yeah.
Like when I think about my future, and I think about having children, for example, like I only think of what would be the best for them, or how to be the best to them, how to be better than my parents were. Does that also?
It's the same with me. I told it like a million times that because I grew without the father, and I don't have this father figure, and basically we are not in touch for like already 4 years with my father, and he never like actually really cared. So, but I know him, I know who he is, I have his contact, everything, I know where he is and stuff, or I think I know. And we've been having this discussion with my girlfriend, and we were talking about kids, and I was like, I'm gonna give them a world. Like I'm gonna take part of me just to make them whole, because my children needs to I don't want them to experience something that I have, and I really want them to be like in an open relationship with us, not be scared to tell us something, not be like afraid to say something to us. And I had this like whole life I was afraid to say something because it might be something bad and stuff, and I want to be there when they have like first steps, first words and stuff, and I wouldn't miss it for a world, to be honest. And now, and I'm looking back, I'm just in my head like, how could you do that to your own kid? When I look at my father back, how you are able to sleep at night when you know there is like your kids growing somewhere, because we are 5, yeah, in the family we are like 5. I have 3 brothers, 1 sister, then me, and 3 of us it's from one father, 2 of them like from the other. And I was like, how could you? When I look at back, I don't understand. How could you? Like maybe
it's the reason that you have like serial killers and
yeah,
and people like Pol Pot or Hitler. You know, there's just people that
like something.
Literally,
Yeah,
that piece of that puzzle is just missing, and sometimes it's not their fault. Sometimes there's just really something wrong with them, and maybe it's better that they were not around. Every situation is unique, right? But I think sometimes
I'm actually thankful for that he wasn't there. I'm really thankful for it, because it, like I had to learn the hard way, and basically what it gave me in my life is like it's something that I, even when someone come to me, would you like to change it, your father with your mother, and I would say no, I don't want it, because maybe I wouldn't be myself right now. Maybe I wouldn't be here where I am, and with this mindset that I developed over the years. And basically I'm really grateful that he like kind of abandoned me, let's say, because I'm now able to give everything to my children, and I know what it takes to make some kind of sacrifice. And we've been talking with my girlfriend, and we're like, we're gonna give them like so much but not like overly much that they're going to be like spoiled and stuff.
They
But
gotta work for their
yeah,
stuff.
basically, like give them something that we're lacking in our childhood. I was like, I want to spend at least, even if I'm gonna be busy so much, I want to at least spend them one day of the entire week. Maybe go camping, maybe play something, maybe play video games, maybe do something together, like anything, and just be there for them and feel their presence and let them know that I'm here for them, and also their mother is there for them, instead of like dealing with stuff by themselves or with some alcohol and and a lot of stuff, or maybe like doing stuff on their wrist.
Self-harm.
Yeah.
We're gonna, for you guys watching the podcast, make sure that you stick around toward the end because we're gonna be covering some interesting topics. I'm just gonna segue now that Poggy is listening, and just to make a little announcement. There's a very exciting announcement that we have. He's working on a game. I know you heard about it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to play, but I cannot find the time. But I will, Poggy. I will find the time, and we will play it together or stream it together. I promise.
So there's a couple of exciting things to announce. One is that I might make an appearance.
Oh, okay.
In the game.
Okay.
And the second thing is that Poggy will be a guest in the Something Po Anglicky podcast next year.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah, and he will
deserves that.
bring his game.
Oh, okay. I'm really looking forward to that podcast. I think I will be listening.
It's gonna be amazing. So guys, you can look forward to that. We are going to cover a very difficult topic in a bit, which is topic about depression. Serious topic, but it's a very interesting topic. But before we do that, there's a couple of things we need to do. One is the picture. We have to take a picture together for Instagram.
But I don't want to smash your PC.
Don't worry. And the next is you have to sign the PC. But for that,
okay, I'll do it.
For that, we're not gonna switch the camera because then it's hard to manage it.
I need to move this a bit.
Yeah, you have to move the
I need to find
PlayStation 5.
Spot for me.
Right, but let me first of all get the marker going because. And guys, while we're doing this, now it's a good time to ask questions in the chat. If you have any questions, ask them in the chat. Then I will go and check. Also, I ruined my marker. That's why you don't buy markers in Lidl.
What a promotion.
Yeah. So here you go. He's signing the PC, but we are looking at the chat for questions. I'm also going to move to the Discord channel as well now to look at questions there. Let's see. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Where did you sign?
Over there.
Okay, there you are. Let's see questions now in our Discord channel. So Tommy K is asking, where did you learn to speak English? Was it mostly from games?
Yes, mostly from games. Like I've been playing with so many people, and we developed this habit. Like I was playing with Polish guys, with Turkish guys, a lot of like people speaking English, and basically I started like in a school. I was performing, but before English, I think where is it came from? It's because I also know Italian a bit, and we were like spending so much time in Italy with my mother and family, and I think when I was like a little kid, I managed to learn it from the cartoons. And I was just write down words. My mom came because she was working there before. My mom came from the work and was like, "What those words mean?" And I learned to like speak their language, not write because it's way harder, but speak. And this is literally the same habit. I started at school, then I started to like being invested in this kind of topic, like English. What is English? I want to talk English. It's like really good language, and games, movies. YouTube videos, because I was watching way more YouTube videos in English, like in a Slovak or Czech, and basically that's where it came from. I was so bad at the beginning, like really bad. I couldn't even pronounce the word, and like so many people, because they made so much fun of me on games and stuff. it's basically so much fun. They transition it to something serious. I started to learn and like this. So basically that's games, movies, series and stuff.
That's always a good tip, to find things that you like, because not everybody can learn from just going to school. Some
It's-
people just don't like going to school.
You are not able to learn from the school. I managed to realize that a long ago, because when I was in school, I was performing like excellent in English, and like half, maybe a more of our class was struggling with it. And so basically this teacher come to me and he was like, how is it possible, like speaking English like this? And I was like, games and stuff, and they were like, I'm not even able to talk sometimes like this. And I was like so like shocked. You're a teacher. Yes, but we are teaching only like the basics of it, like open, close, door, mom, father. And it's like, you are not able to make a sentence from that. How are you gonna make a sentence from that when they're only teaching you like few words? So
That's my problem with when I was learning Slovak at Štátna škola, that they focus on grammar that I don't need. I knew a lot of words and grammar, but I didn't know how to use it.
yeah, exactly. So
Please give us, okay, the horror list. I will give you the horror list. If you stay at the end of the video, I will give the list of horror movies that you need to watch. Do you prefer KFC or McDonald's?
I would prefer not eat like either of those, but I don't know. It's just matter of pick. I don't like fast food, but of course I'm eating it because sometimes when you are like in the work, you are not able to get like this full meal. There is no time for it, so it's just what do you want at the time. So I do not prefer either of those. I just grab what I want. So
I actually like KFC, but it tastes really weird in Czech Republic and Slovakia.
we have this
Something is not right.
We have some certain standards maybe or something that we are used to.
I don't know what it is, but the chicken tastes really weird.
I think because the chicken is Polish, like they're getting it from Poland.
But
maybe.
in Poland, it tastes good. KFC tastes good in Poland. So
I don't know.
I don't know, guys. That something is weird about KFC. What was your previous job, and would you change your current job?
There is like a huge story again. every time.
That's not a bad thing. That's great for a podcast.
How much time do we have?
As much as you need.
Okay, so basically I was this delivery guy at the beginning. I was delivering Subway in Banska Bystrica.
Not for like Volt or
no,
Bistro.
it was like there was this guy who started Subway. He bought the license because it's a franchise, right? And he was like, we need to make like delivery, because he realized it's not gonna be successful without the delivery. So basically he needed some drivers. I was the first like wave of drivers. And basically I managed to do, because I wanted to drive so much. I enjoy driving. That's the reason why I also motorcycle. I enjoy more motorcycle than a car, but I was like really invested into driving. And basically I was doing like these deliveries. Then I had the offer for better job, also delivery, but for someone else. So I kind of quit that job and managed to go to the other one. We had like, was not a great relationship with the owners. We managed to split our ways, like in a very, very bad way. They didn't want me to pay me at the end, and they were like so bad. They accused me of like there was a dent in the car, but when I give them the car, it wasn't there. And when I came back for a payout, they were like, "We are not going to give you a full price because you damaged our car." And I was like, "Damaged your car?" And basically, there is like this trunk, and there was like dent straight in the middle of the trunk. And when you like take a fist and put it, you can see like it's all like for fist. There was a dent from fist. So basically, I think the owner just smashed it just to take some money from me.
Did you argue the money back? Or?
I tried, but I was like really short-handed because they were paying me aside. I wasn't having like everything on the how is it called? On the
Payslip.
something like that, yeah. It's like
So
something you sign when you are getting into work. It's a
contract.
Yeah, a contract. Thank you.
Yeah, so you should have just pursued it because they had more to lose
Yeah,
for doing that.
I didn't know at the time. I was scared. I was without a job. I was working 29 or 30 days of a month because they didn't have anyone to cover. And on the 31 day, I became really sick. I had like this 39-degree body heat, and I was like really sick. And I called them, and I was like, I'm sick. I'm really sorry, and they were like, we have nothing else to cover it. You have to come. So me, an idiot, came there, and they sat me down, and they're like, you are getting fired. And I was like, for what? What have I done? And this big story is that there was this guy, and he had a disability with legs. He had leg like this, and at the moment when he walked in, there was the other guy. He was like an employee over there. He was a cook, and he just came to me. Jay, he just came to me that here is this guy. Look at him. He's a breakdancer. My really bad humor. Just I shared a laugh, but it wasn't at him. It was at the sentence he said. It wasn't meant to like make fun of him, because I do not really like it to make fun of like. It's not a problem when I see a joke with something said with a disability, but I'm not laughing at the exact person. I never do that. I don't like it. I would never like it to do that. And basically this owner came to me and he was like, you were laughing at him. I was like, I was not laughing at him. Why would I laugh at him? He's my friend and you were laughing at him, and that's why are we firing you? And I was like,
what about the guy who said the comment?
he was the only, there were like two cooks and he was like one of the better cooks. So basically they said he didn't say anything. And I was like, how do you know that I said something? Oh, we have audio on the camera. And I was like, I didn't cite any audio on the camera. You know that's illegal to record audio without the permission. You even with the permission, it's like really arguable. Say the word, please.
Arguable?
Yeah, exactly. That's the correct pronunciation. So basically, he fired me over there. I was like, I'm working 30 days a month. This month had 31. You're firing me. I'm sick. And this is how you like repay me?
They gave you a dohoda straight away?
Yeah, he just came to me. He just signed it over there and go home.
So actually, this is a good time for a Uyo Miguel life lesson. Not for you because it's too late, but for you young listeners, when you have your job, never, ever, ever sign a paper, a dohoda, when you are being fired. Never. Even if it's your fault, nothing. There is a special process. It is extremely difficult to fire anybody, and employers abuse this by making you get into a room and making you sign it, and then you are screwed. Actually, you can even challenge if you sign a dohoda when the day you are fired. You can legally challenge it, and you will win. The courts will side with you because you are
also
under
had,
stress.
like a lawyer with them. There was a lawyer. There was him sitting like next to me, and you could like feel the pressure.
Yeah.
Because they knew if I do not sign it, it's gonna be a huge problem for them.
Yes.
But I didn't realize at the time I was sick. I was like, I didn't have any sleep. I was like so freaked out, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna sign it just the sake of the good relationship. So
Yeah, there is no situation in where you could get really in trouble for not signing that. You should wait and negotiate always, because it's painful for them to try to fire you.
yeah. It is basically. So
good
they just screwed me so hard, and basically I was like, okay, when I'm gonna getting paid, and they were like, come here next week, we will discuss it. And I came next week. I managed to get a bit better, and they were like, what do you want payment for? I was like, what? And they were like, your payment is due next month. I was like, you just fired me, and I expect money, and you told me to get next week over there. So basically, there was like everything settled after the week. They managed to get their heads straight. They talked with the lawyers and stuff. So basically, they screwed me over so hard. And I had to wait to the last day. And they didn't even send me the money. They just like phoned me. They come get your money. And I was like, wow, you guys are harsh. So I came there, of course, because they were like, they were married and they both owned it. And it's like, there is advice from me: if you have someone that is your boss and they're both like in charge, it's never gonna end up good. because there was like this woman. She was like so pressuring him into firing me, and he was doing. He didn't. I think he didn't even want to fire me in the first place, but she pressured him so hard that he had to, just for the sake of being like okay at home. And basically, I came there, and there was like missing some money, and I was like, there is not like enough money inside of the envelope, and she just looked at me and yeah, there is money. I put them there. And I was like, "Oh, you have your camera. Do you recall? You have your camera. Look at the camera. I didn't put it here." She just basically took money out of the cash register, and she just smashed it so hard that like it went flying everywhere, like €1, €2, and I was like, I still haven't. I still don't have my money. She was like, "There they are." And I was like, "I'm not gonna pick from the floor your money because you like just threw it over there." I was like, "What is that?" She got so angry. She just handed me so politely, and I was like, and when I was leaving, they were like, just, I hope we don't see you there anymore. And I was like, I hope I don't see you guys. Like, you are so harsh, you are so bad. I don't want to have anything with you. And before I went to work there, I actually had some friends. They told me they are really great friends, but they are the worst bosses for you. Like, they are, if you are their friend, they will do everything for you. Like literally, they will give you food for free and stuff because it was a food chain. And when I get in the job, they were like so kind to me. Like first week, like so great. I was like, this is going to be a great job. But over time, it just got some worse. I managed to rip my pants over there, and I just called them that I need to go buy a new pair. And the guy in charge told me, yeah, not a problem. Just go get a new pair and just come back. I managed to get a call 10 minutes later from his wife, and she was like, "Are you stupid? What are you doing? Where are you? Immediately come in." I was like, "I have ripped my pants like in the middle, exactly in the middle. How I'm gonna deliver food to people with this kind of like hole inside
That's
of my
special
pants?"
delivery. That's extra money.
Extra money
With
That
peak delivery with peak.
delivery, and basically she was just so harsh and into phone, and they said if I do this one more time, then I'm not able to.
I don't understand the people that don't treat their employees right. Like, what do they expect? Like, people will leave.
And the sad part was when we were doing delivery, there was a delivery that came. It was like a bistro app. You know what's bistro? You can order, and you have this kind of terminal inside of your shop, and it like pops out this piece of paper with the order. And this order was to the hospital, to the section where kids were with cancer. And she took it out of the register, and she was like, okay, we have this order over there. And the cook was like, is it urgent? And she was like, no, I don't think it's urgent. Maybe they will be dead before you come. And I was like, did you really say that to the kids? Like, and she thought that it's really funny. And I was like, wow. And I'm getting fired over some dumb joke that wasn't even meant for someone. I just did a dumb thing. Yeah, I just basically burst out laughing on something that the guy said, and she says this, and I was like, wow, what kind of person are you? If you, and not to be an idiot over there, but after that she had a miscarriage, and she blamed everyone. Like every one of her employees, that it's their fault because this, because that, because too much stress. And I was like, I'm really sorry that it happened, because it shouldn't happen to anybody.
Yeah.
But this is something called karma to people. And I'm not saying it was deserved. Please do not say that, like, I don't want to say something like this because it's not deserved, but it's some kind of payment you pay after you're a bad guy for a really long time, I think. So that's what happened.
I'm a big believer in karma, so so I know what you mean.
And the last, like really related, if I would change, I had this like last job, also delivery, before my current job, which I sometimes like, sometimes not.
It's not delivery, I hope.
It's not delivery anymore. And I was doing delivery for this Turkish guy. He owned a pizza shop, and he accused me of stealing pizza dough.
Why would you even need pizza dough?
I don't even know how to make pizza. And he accused me of stealing pizza dough. We managed to realize it was a cook that was stealing it, and he was selling it for weed to his friends. Pizza dough for weed. And I was like, okay, whatever, man. Like, and of course we've been both blamed, but he kicked him. He didn't kick me, and he took like the other cook, and money went missing. Of course, I was first to blame again for some reason. So I basically came to him and I was like, whatever, man, I'm done. And he took like this huge roll of foil, like this foil for food, and he wanted to throw it at me. I was like, why? Because I want to finish. You're going to finish this day? And I was like, I don't have any contract. You didn't give me any contract. I was there for like 2 weeks, and he was like, oh, my HR is on the holiday and stuff. And I was like, oh, really, man?
Sure.
So I didn't have any contract. I didn't have any assurance I'm gonna get paid and stuff. He paid me at the end, but he cut my hours so bad. We were like delivering up to like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and he said we were delivering from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. So he cut all those hours, and basically instead of like 1,000 something, he just gave me like 300 that I spent on tattoos then. But priorities at the time.
And that's a nice segue to our question, which is, what about your tattoos?
Well,
What's behind them?
some of them, they do have meaning. Some of they don't, because I just like them. Basically this, I don't know if I should go from the first one. The first one was
Maybe let's start by meaningfulness, actually. What is the most meaningful thing on your body? There's the camera, if you...
the huge like meaningful tattoo that I have is this broken heart in head somewhere in my hairs. I'm not sure if you can see it. If you look somewhere.
Yeah, I see it.
And there is like a broken heart, and basically the broken heart would like a sign that I was battling depression so bad, and I've managed to get it tattooed like on my body, because I can say that I won over it or something like that inside myself. And that is like one of the most meaningful tattoos that I have, because I wanted to have it on my body, because I believe my body like it's a blank canvas. And also like you have scars and stuff. This is also something you can share story with. And I've managed to get it not that long ago. I moved to Bratislava, and then when I knew that I'm becoming a better person and I'm getting more healthier and stuff, so I managed to get it tattooed. That's one of like the meaningful tattoos that I have.
Let's talk about that victory. So obviously it's a monumental thing to overcome something like depression. But how did you know that you were battling that?
I didn't at first. Basically, it was like this sad boy hours with sad music and stuff. Like basically this exact picture when you make fun of someone with depression. I was like literally that, but I never told anyone until I think my girlfriend. She was like the first and I think last that she knew about it, but we get into that later. And basically I didn't knew at the time that I'm really battling with some kind of depression. The depression started with when my first girlfriend broke up with me, and she was like really bad. Like she was like bad girlfriend. she was like shaming me in front of like other people. She was making fun of me. She was making fun of my uneven teeth, because I have uneven teeth. She was making of my proportions and stuff. She was like making so much fun of me for no freaking reason. I still somehow liked her at the moment. I wasn't able to touch her. I wasn't able to even hold her. She told me at the first time she had to convince herself that she wanted to give me a kiss. Like I was like 15. Yeah, it's you say, oh, that's some kind of bullshit. It's nothing. You were 15. You were like a kid. Yeah, you were, but at a certain point, it's gonna just leave a stamp in your mental state.
For sure, and your self-esteem as well.
And your self-esteem. We were taking like this group picture, and I was there, and I was like, I don't fit in. And she was like, you definitely don't fit in. You look really bad at the picture. And I was like,
so throughout your dating with this girl, she was putting you down.
yeah, so much.
So
but I didn't know at the time. So basically, I have this like family problem with we've been arguing with my mother. I never like get in touch with my father and stuff. And you finally get a girlfriend just to reveal that she's gonna hurt you way more. And I've been like really sad about it. And she wanted to introduce me to weed, which I declined at the moment. I never really had like blunt or something with her. I never really wanted. Oh, so much stuff that happened over the years. She was like making fun of in front of her friends, my friends.
So you dated for a while?
I think it was like for almost a year or something like that, half a year, almost a year. But she managed to hurt me so much over the time.
And I think it is because you, you know, with family and things like this, you can't choose, right?
Mm.
But with your partner, you are kind of opening and giving them your heart willingly.
Yeah.
Which hurts more when people.
Yeah, just slap you in the face with that. It's like something. This is like okay, I gave you my heart. Now you are supposed to shape it somehow, and they're like you are not supposed to give you your heart, and just slap you across the face with that. And
So why did you, with so much abuse, why did she want to stay with you? Did she enjoy?
I'm not really sure at the moment. I wasn't even back then. I maybe she took me as a guarantee that I will stay with her and stuff. And I was really looking for it because I'm really based on relationship. And when I get in a relationship with someone, I always tend to like just grow old with them, because that's something that I developed over the years, that I won't like. I'm not used to cheating or anything, or I'm not even looking at other girls when I have my girlfriend, because I don't need to. I don't need to see other girls. I don't need to be fascinating, like fantasizing about someone or something, because why would I? I have everything that I wanted. I chose her. She chose me. Why should I be like that? And I am really faithful. I never really wanted to like hurt her or something. And basically she just kept doing it. I'm not sure if she realized, but I really had this like low self-esteem, because I was like shortest in the class. I have uneven teeth. I was like, I don't know, like baby looking. Even at my 15, I didn't hit puberty right, and my voice was kind of like still be childish and stuff. Sorry. So basically I'm not sure if she realized, but I hope at some point she did, that she hurt me way more maybe than she intended. And then we realized that she was like with me as a joke, because we were going at this place. It's called Železno, and it's basically a place where kids with some kind of problems go. And I had this problem with my lungs. They are not like not fully developed, but they are like somehow shorter, and I was like always sick because of the lungs. I was always sick, always had any problems with breathing. And if you're like overweight, have these kind of problems or something, you go there, and there's like nurses and stuff, and it's basically some kind of like I don't know what's the word for tabor. It's
Camp.
something, yeah, camp. Basically something like camp, but it's not a camp. It's a bit more serious, but it's not a camp. But we had a like great time there, because you play softball, you play basketball, you play like football, you go for long walks and everything. We were there with friends. I made a lot of friends over there, and we managed to get together over there. And we were not supposed to be over there, because of course you have like boys and girls separated in the separate buildings, and we only managed to see each other on in the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and on the playgrounds. Few of the times, not every time, but on the playgrounds. I managed to spend a lot of time together. She was at the beginning, she wasn't that bad, but she somehow just developed this kind of stupidity, let's say, and she hurt me really bad along the way. Then she told me that that was just for fun. And you stay in this, let's call camp, for 3 weeks, and she managed to broke up with me for like 4 times during this like time span. I was like, this is not going to work out. So I kind of like closed this chapter, and when we were leaving, like few days, she was like, "Can you come to my city? I want to visit. I'm really sorry about everything that happened. I want to make everything right. I do like you." At the end, I realized I do like you and stuff, and I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll just give it a shot." Well, it was bad. We've been there. Her family didn't like me. I was a young kid, and in with her, basically, I do understand her family didn't like me, because how you can like someone when basically you are her boyfriend at the moment and you want to be there with her. So I do understand that. I would maybe
How
even
old was she?
15 also. We were 15.
So what would they have against another kid? That's pretty dark.
Yeah,
But maybe you understand where she comes from, right?
yeah, and basically she was like really bad to me and said a lot of mean stuff, did a lot of mean stuff, make so much fun of me, and that's when it basically started. When with my low self-esteem, I didn't really like the way I look. I was like harsh on myself, and that was, I think, the start of my depression journey, so call it, and really started to over the time it just gets way more stronger, because you start to consume yourself. At the beginning it's like, oh, okay, I have some kind of like, I'm sad because of this, because of that. And why are you sad? Does she miss you? Do you miss her? And it just builds up so much, and I can't even say how much I was like deep in that. I was like, I couldn't sometimes leave my home. I went from school straight to home. Then I was like, I was few times bullied at school. I really had this hard time as a child, because I switched schools at the third grade because we moved, and the kids at the beginning, few of them been like really harsh to me, because I was easy to pick on. I was small, I without any muscles. I was like just a small kid with the smallest in the class, so it's so easy to pick on me, and I couldn't defend myself somehow, and that's where it like really started. I tried to cover it. I was always the funniest one, the clown and stuff, and I never wanted to let people know. And actually it became so much better. I few times I was thinking about like unaliving and stuff.
Really, it got to that point.
Yeah, I had this friend, he's called Kogicezet. He's like a YouTuber. We can get into that, and he was a YouTuber at the time I was looking up to as a kid, and I somehow managed to get a contact with him. And after a few times we've been like calling and stuff. He was a great guy, and he still is. And basically I've made, like, I wrote him at the middle of the night that I'm gonna unalive myself just to get some of attention, which I regret so much right now that I've done. But I saw that he gave me some kind of attention as my friend. He was like a really good friend, and I just saw that he gives me attention. He's the first one to give me actual attention, apart from some people from my family. So I basically started to use that, because I knew he's gonna be there, and so basically why would I do that? So, and at a certain times I was like really thinking about it, and he didn't take me like seriously anymore. So it wasn't just deeper. Then I was like alone for 2 years or something like that. I couldn't find a girlfriend. It was like really bad time. I tried YouTube. I was getting bullied because of YouTube at the it's called primary school, I think, the first school. I've got really bullied because of that, and that's pretty much when I realized like I'm in this shit deep, like deep, and I need to say that I really didn't want that by myself. It's actually my girlfriend that she's watching. She came to me and she gave me such a huge other perspective of life, and she managed to show me what real relationships look like, and I was like, this is a relationship. I can touch you anytime. I can grab your ass without any like without anything like getting smacked on head or like on hand, or like kind of be.
Wait, that's possible?
It is.
That is possible?
It's somehow possible. I don't know. So I was like, I grabbed her like first time, and she didn't react at all. She just smiled at me. I was like, what have I done? Is this okay? And then I was like in my head, oh, she's gonna like make me pay for it later. She's gonna like scream at me or something. She didn't even discuss it. She was like, she said, she just looked at me, dead ass look at me. I thought you are not going to do that. And I was like, what? What did you just say to me? It was so other perspective that I just get, and she helped me a lot. Jesus, she was there for me. She was calling with me every night. She just done a huge part of me growing up and my personality. We managed to get together when I was like 17. She was 16, so 2 times after the first broke up. But I was like really scared of breaking up with her, because I knew if she would break up with me, I would maybe do something really bad. In the end, we did manage to broke up, but not because of us, but other issues. I don't want to really get into that. So, and she helped me a lot, and as a out of the respect for myself and for her, I didn't want to, even after our breakup, I didn't want to fall into that again. I was maybe on the verge, somewhere between, where I was like thinking about it again. I was like really sad. I was crying so much times, and there my sister came to me. She was like comforting me. She even cried with me a few times. That like, why are you crying now? I'm crying also with you. And like this whole depression stuff, it was so bad, like so bad. I didn't have anyone to share this with. And basically, a lot of people have great families. They have great mothers, great dads. They have like this perfect life that I couldn't even imagine. And basically, when I told to someone I have this, I tried to open once to someone. I'm not sure. I can't remember who it was, but I know we've been like, we've been somewhere, and I told to someone like, they were like, nah, you're lying. You are always funny. You are always smiling. Why? And I was like, it's always the quiet ones that are trying to hide it. And
it's like Robin Williams.
Yeah. I after that, I never really told anyone about my depression, and no one ever could figure it out. And my girlfriend like figured it out, like there is something wrong, I can feel it. And I was like, no, it's okay. No, you're going to call with me like throughout the night. And
Is that like your personality, that you don't share things with people? I don't like, and mainly because I don't trust people.
Yeah, I don't trust people either, but I think it's coming again from my childhood that I never really had chance to open up to someone. I think it's good at the one point that I'm not oversharing, because people tend to use that against you so much.
This is the reason that I don't. It takes a long time for me to open up and tell things. I think this podcast has been also therapeutic for me, because with every new guest, I reveal a little more about me. You know, I'm also like an onion.
Don't make me cry as an onion right now.
No, but I think about your experience with breaking up because of external reasons. Breakup is in itself a crushing experience, to break up with somebody. But imagine breaking up with somebody that you are both in love and want to be together, and you break up for...
That's what happened.
And that's what happened to me. So maybe I'll tell you my side, since I was dating this girl from Mijava. She was originally from Mijava. And we got along great. Like, we started just as friends, right? And I would visit and I would stay at her house, and really great relationship with the parents and siblings and everything. But then after some time, like, we actually started to date, and still it was okay. Like, I would visit and everything. But then we made the mistake of making it public on Facebook. And from that moment, it wasn't that it was wrong for me to date her, but the mother went absolutely crazy because of what the neighbors would think of her dating a brown person, right? Wow. Oh, but the story is absolutely crazy. So this lady like completely went insane, and then started making up stuff. Like, she would tell her that they hired an investigator, a PI, private investigator, and that they discovered that I was gay, and that I was going to clubs in Bratislava giving oral sex to guys and offering it to everybody.
Gag 3000 Deluxe.
Yeah, they also claimed that they found profiles on like Grindr and things like this. They never showed it to anybody. So just like to psychologically wear her down, right? But she refused to break up with me, because really we were in love at that time. Like, it was really strong. Then she came to work with some guy from Mijava, drove. But they weren't from Mijava. They were from, what is that? Underneath Mohila. That village underneath Mohila. Brezova
Pod Brezo, something like that.
Pod
Brezova.
Bradlom. Brezova pod Bradlom, something like that.
We can check it out later.
But anyway, she drove to my work with
There's
some
Max Mansell. Hi, Max Mansell.
Hi Max, welcome. She drove to my work with some guy to try to intimidate me to break up with her. I'm like, you're crazy. I'm not gonna do that. The father called me to threaten to beat me up or do something worse to me. Eventually, it got to the point where they would lock her in the house. They wouldn't let her go out. Still didn't break up with me. Kicked her out in the middle of the night. So I had to call a taxi from Brezova pod Bradlom to Bratislava to bring her. She didn't have anything. They refused to give her any of her stuff. So we had to buy her clothes, and I had to find a place for her to stay to go back to school, because she had to go back and be in school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we managed all of that, and then the final nail in the coffin was the fact that they threatened her that she wouldn't be able to see her siblings if he stayed with me. Like,
it's just harsh, so harsh, for no reason. Like,
it's like an insane story.
I mean, I don't want to say I have something similar, but at the certain points I can really just like match with you, and I don't want to talk about it because like it's my girlfriend stuff, and I'm not gonna like talk about it. Yeah, it's like it sounds like about us, and basically we can match in some ways the story. So I literally know how you were feeling and it's so hard to go against someone's parents or something, even when you are still young and you are not able even provide for yourself and somehow to manage. But you've been so strong, like together you've been strong like this. This is when they kick her out and stuff. I think the reason she didn't broke up because you were like only thing that been like together.
Yeah, because I think we really had something that was. I can say that we really loved each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was true love that we had, and I'm only telling you my side, but just imagine her perspective, how much she had to go through. She even got hit for the first time by the mother, and that lady, she knows in Brezova pod Bradlom who she is. Insane lady, and she pretends to be the nicest, and
those are the people. The nicest the people are, they have something to hide. Like, it's always, even the serial killers, they're so much nice to the community, giving away and stuff. And yeah, I'm not sure if you were able to watch on Netflix. It's called like something neighbor. It's like crazy neighbor, horror neighbor. I don't know, something like that. I'll give it to you after the podcast. And basically, there was this lady. She was an old lady, and she was like the best. That she was giving clothes, providing for the whole community. And they found out because she was like taking old people to take care of.
In the garden, she had stuff. I saw it.
Basically, worst neighbor ever. Thank you.
Yeah. I remember seeing
and
this.
I can match with the story because I know what it's like. And basically, we had something like, we have something really similar to go in, and we had this true love. Jesus, we loved, so we would kill just to see each other. And they were trying to take that out so much. And basically, at the one point, I can say that was my fault because I pressured her to tell her parents. And she was like, I don't want to tell them. I know them. They will do something. I was like, why would they do something? Just tell them.
I never thought that something like that would be possible, right?
Yeah.
And you can, in the end, the story ends where she actually moved away to a different country, and she seems happy now. And I wish her the best, right? But man, the situation was even to the point that I had stuff there that's mine. You know that they took my house keys, and the mother refused to give back my keys.
It's crazy.
My house keys. I left a computer there.
You could actually call the police on them.
I thought about it.
Because they're like, don't want to give you your property back. So
I mean, the thing is, it's already. I was thinking about her, right? Because at that point where they broke her down, like, she started to take their side because the consequences of not seeing her siblings was just,
Right.
you know,
I can totally
she
understand the
she went
situation.
for
So
enough. So they had a lot of stuff from me. They refused to return it, and they still have it. And even the sister, who was a friend, a good friend, turned on me, telling the story that she had seen those profiles of me. When hand to God, what would I be doing in Grinder?
I think the problem was that she had to side with them because she saw what's gonna happen if she doesn't side with them. So I can't even say how much I can match with your story. We can maybe talk after the podcast because I don't want to go public
Sure,
with it.
sure.
So
But I mean, the difference is that.
wow,
So kudos to you for sticking with him, because it is not easy.
I'm
And
genuinely
I'm
happy
sure, I
that
hope
we
you appreciate that, because
so much. Like
yeah.
I'm genuinely happy that we made it possible to get back together. It's like the most random thing ever that we
Mia,
managed.
right?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah,
So,
kudos to you, Mia. Yeah, these people were like in the community, like pretending to be great. I'm sure they go to church. They act like they are great people,
yeah.
but they know who they are in Brezova pod Bratlom. They know exactly who they are. So I
So,
hope you're watching and karma gets you one day.
oh, definitely gonna get them. I mean, it waits for everyone. So at a certain point, it's not gonna be like immediate, but I think maybe when they stop talking with them or something like that, they're gonna grow all together without any support and stuff. So let's just hope it's gonna get to them. So
But let's get back to the. Let's stop my pity story. But back to the topic of. So someone helped you to get out of that dark void.
Yeah.
Do you think that alone you would have been able to eventually get out of it, or you recommend maybe looking for that anchor?
I think it's really depend on the person, but it's like something. Even when you go to the battle, you always bring someone or some weapon to you. So I think that if this is your battle, you definitely need someone who you can trust and be that weapon for you. And I do recommend to at least reach to someone. It's like it's the most funniest thing that the most not known person you just met at the public, and you just go over there and say, I have depression, I'm battling with it, I need help. And maybe someone will be there like, I don't know you, I don't know who you are, but I want to help you. Like, it's so weird that your own people that you've been like growing up with will turn back to you with those kind of stuff because they don't want to be dragged inside of it or have anything like to do with. But I do recommend to reach out to someone somehow. If it helps, just write it on Instagram. If it helps, just go to the Reddit, make like some private username, be anonymous or something. Just share your story before you do any such action. And because then so many people would be there if someone pick up the hint. And I'm not quite sure what would have been with me if my girlfriend would have pick up the hint. And maybe someone will pick up eventually, maybe no, maybe it will be too late. I just want to leave that with maybe, and I don't want to go back there. So please, if you are struggling with anything, like if it's depression, if it's even like the most bizarre thing, like you are getting yelled by your parents and you need to tell someone because it makes you sad and your parents are not willing to listen to you, I just it's not a shame to like reach out. It's like really not a shame. Never been a shame. Just people made it like a general public made it that it is a shame to struggle with something because everyone want to be so point perfect, and there is like this standard. I don't even know who just made this standard. It's just standard in the community for something, and there's like these old people. You are not supposed to tell your problems. Only just look great. Even people on Instagram, like they're struggling sometimes, but they like just post the perfect picture ever of their life, and it could be someone even from your friends, for your family. Just check on your people. If you are not battling, just check on those people and make sure they're like.
Sometimes it's
okay.
reassuring because many of the guests that have been here, something po Anglicky, they confess to be going to therapy, or it's becoming a more accepted topic. So there is hope that therapy is something that people can go to without being
Yeah.
stigmatized. You know,
It's just reach out. I know I don't want to say it's not that hard. It is hard just to go and tell your side of the story. It's way more harder if there is someone who wants to listen, because a lot of people do not want to listen to your story. They just basically, when you lost some kind of value to them and you open up to them and they see like, oh, he opened up to me. He's not that kind of funny person anymore. I just don't need him anymore because I don't want to be struggling with his shit. Just they kick you and do your stuff. So
then those people shouldn't be around you.
that's where I was heading, and I wanted to. It's not a shame that ditch someone. Actually, it's not that bad. It's actually when I was like a kid, I wanted this like huge amount of friends. I just added everyone on Facebook. I had like over 1,000, maybe 2,000 people, and I could say like 2/3 of them I didn't even know. I just went add because I want to like be with people and just present myself there. Look, I have so much friends, but and in the end of the day, who's gonna care? No one cares. At the end of the day, there's like maybe one person among the 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 who's gonna like genuine care.
And that's also a lesson that I've learned through life, that I used to spend a lot of energy on these people that didn't care, and then you neglect the ones that do. So do yourself a favor and spend time on those 2-3 people, and forget about those 10 that don't really care about what you're doing. Let's shift the topic to
let's go ahead.
a little nicer question. What do you think about fact people?
Fact?
Do you meet a lot of people like that?
What's a fact, people?
I don't know. Do you think he meant
Fat?
fat?
English.
Okay, we don't really know what he meant. So.
I don't know. I don't want to answer something that I don't know.
Yeah, actually, we don't know what you meant. So if you can pose the question in a better way, then we can tackle it. Okay, back to Instagram. Would you go full-time YouTube and quit your job if it would make enough money for you?
I love that hobby. I would. I definitely would, but I'm not doing YouTube for the money. It's the money is like a reward for me. So sorry, I've been talking too much. My throat getting sore.
Do you want some more water?
I ran out of water.
Oh,
actually.
so let me get you some water.
Can we take a break for a second?
No, you will answer the questions, and I will bring you water.
Yeah, and while we wait for Miguel to come back. So basically, if I was able to succeed in such way, I would definitely go ahead and just like try to do it full time. It would basically fix my main problem that I do not have time for anything right now, because like balancing my life with a job and a girlfriend and my own hobbies and everything, it's like just so hard to balance everything together. So it would fix my main problem with not having that much time as I wanted to have. So yeah, I would definitely quit my job and became a full-time YouTuber if it was possible. Thank you so much.
I'm back, guys. I'm back.
He's back. The legend, the myth.
Yeah, that I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
No.
I'm became a bit of not bored with my job, but it's I can say I'm a manager, and managing people it's like so hard, not on a physical but on a mental health, basically dealing with this kind of stuff. And as I said before, going full-time YouTuber, it would solve my huge problem, which is not having time for everything. Trying to balance your work, your girlfriend, your hobbies, which includes YouTube and stuff, going somewhere out with my girlfriend, of course. I don't spend time in clubs and stuff, so it's really hard to find this balance. I think it will never exist, the balance.
We should go for a beer with Mia. I would like to meet Mia.
Definitely we can, but we're not drinking alcohol, so we can go for Kofola.
So I can have a beer and you guys can drink Kofola.
Yeah, we can. I'm definitely looking forward with you. It would be a great opportunity to go away from like podcast and just talk like
normal
like a
people.
normal people, just friends.
What tips would you give new YouTuber streamers to succeed and become famous?
I'm not sure about the famous part. I'm not quite famous, but be your freaking self. Stop trying to be someone. Be better than them. Do everything better than you are supposed to do. Ditch the standards. Stop trying to make some kind of figure or something. Like I always have these people. What? I want to be like you. And why are you trying to be like me? Be you. Be better than me. Overcome your master or something like that. Because people tend to do such things that they've seen, not able to produce something of their own. Just be yourself. Do it. Ditch the hate. Ditch the how is it said, like expectations. There are people expecting of you, or you have huge expectations. That because a lot of people just start with YouTube and they're like, oh, I'm not getting like this many views. Oh, I've made my first euro, and they're like, I have this first trendy video that I have like over 10,000 views and only made me 3 euros. That then is when the reality hits.
Hard.
It's hard to make money off YouTube alone. Like, I'm struggling with it. If it wasn't for some sponsorships and stuff, I wouldn't even go to the vacation, which I really thank to my viewers that they're still supporting me. I owe like a huge thing. Just I want to finish. Just be you. Do your stuff. Do it the best and even better that you can, instead of like trying to be someone and trying to fill someone else's shoes. They've been like ditched many times. It doesn't work. It won't work. And just grow up on your own, because I learned my mistake about growing with other YouTubers, that I should have just grow of my own instead of like milking them or something like that. So
Yeah, I definitely a great answer. And one thing that resonates with me is trying to grow too fast or trying to get fame really quickly. I think you shouldn't chase fame, first of all,
that's
because
the worst thing you can do at the beginning, like trying to chase fame. For
somebody
what?
very smart told me a good lesson, and that was Duklok. We were very drunk.
He has the best quotes when he's drunk. He's gonna give you the best advice when he's like fucked up so much.
Yeah.
But the best advice is for him when he's drunk.
Duklok was like, look, I can send you 40,000 subscribers because that's my goal. 40,000, because that's where all the major podcasts in Czech Republic and Slovakia are, between 20 to 40,000. And then they have no issues getting the guest, right? I was like, I can send you that. But if you grow too quick, it's not sustainable. And he's right. That growing from 100, I remember when I was waiting for 100 subscribers. And that was not that long ago.
Yeah.
But that growth that I've maintained has been manageable. And I think that if I would have exploded, this would be dead already.
Yeah.
Because the expectations would be too high for what I do. So definitely a hard lesson for people to swallow, but
Yeah.
it's the truth.
We've managed to be with Dusan also. And I was like calling him too many times into the video, and we've been like, he was drunk. I was a bit drunk when I was drinking back then. He just took me over the shoulder, and he, basically the same thing. He was like, I can do video with you, but what's the gain in that? What you gonna achieve with that? You're gonna have some of my fans come to your channel, have like a huge video or something, and then they realize they don't want to watch you, or they give you a subscribe and never come back. And basically that's what happened to me, that I've managed to came out of nowhere and became someone too quickly. And I remember that I had this like sat down with myself, and I was like, oh, this video is not performing well. It's not up to my standards. It's not like getting 20, 30, 40, 50,000 views. And like, I was like, oh my God, people stop watching me. And then I like said, and in 2015, I would kill to have 10 views on my videos. Basically, you have to remember where you came from. And I ditched the part when I chased the numbers, and I do not care anymore if the video have like 1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 views. What I do, I appreciate and enjoy every one of the people that just take time to look at my video, because they're not obligated to do that. It's their free time they're spending on me, on some creation that I have done, and like I was so dumb because I chased like I grew up so fast. I was like out of nowhere. I had like I was with 2,000 subscribers and managed to get like 20-30,000 views on video, and then I published another video. It was like 100 views. I was like, what is happening? Oh, because video with Asimister. Okay, whatever. I published another, and the videos with Asimister, Dusan, Selasi, and stuff, they're starting to just blow up so much. And I developed this kind of standard for them to have this much of views. But then I released something on my own, and people didn't care at all. And I became so sad that I stopped publishing videos for like 3 months.
Oh man.
Then this happened again. I managed to gain those people back, and I released like 1-2 videos they didn't care about because they were bad at the time, but I didn't realize that few of the videos are bad because sometimes people don't want to look at the exact gameplay. They didn't like this, and I disappeared for a year. And basically during the time I had this depression, breakup and stuff, and it was so much. And at a certain point I was depressed, sad, and thinking about that I need to release a video because I'm not gonna get that much views anymore. And from the hobby it started to be like obsession that I didn't really like. So I just was silent for like a year. I just published one video at like 3-4 months once. And I managed to back on my feet after the second move out from place that I was with Roman. And then I moved with my girlfriend, and she was like, so not just pressuring me, but encouraging me to like go ahead, do the videos, do twice a week. People like it. People love you for your humor, for how you talk, how you present yourself and stuff. And she showed me that I should just have this kind of consistency in the videos because I never had the consistency in my life. So how would you expect to have it in my videos if I'm not consistent in my life? If I cannot develop any kind of like discipline, how should I like publish videos without there is no discipline in that? So
That's another thing about this whole thing, that definitely having people that move you forward instead of pushing you back is a must.
Dusan was a huge part when I was editing videos for him. He encouraged me so much, but he was like, do it, but do it yourself. And he was like, what are you wanting to do? And I was like, maybe some parkour. Okay, go ahead, just go out and record it. Man, I had so much of the, how is it called? Because I so much of výhovorky. What's the word?
Interviews?
No. It's like you always found something just to
Excuses.
Excuses. Yeah, thank you. I had so many. Oh, my camera is bad. I don't want to do it with my phone and this and that. I buried myself with excuses, and then I realized, is the excuse for them or is it for me? And then I realized the whole excuses are for me. And Dusan told me back then, like there's like two maybe 3 years ago, Dusan went to me and he was like, you are giving excuses yourself. And this is some kind of reason you're gonna, he didn't tell me specifically, but he kind of like pointed me in the direction, this is not gonna last with you. And he told me, you can do it, everyone can do it, but there is need to be some consistency, discipline, and also like stop having excuses for something. And I was like, it's not excuses for something, it's like really. And now I don't care. I just pick up my phone, put it on the DJI stand, and just manage to do it.
That's been my most successful live stream. Just eating mekach, or or just having a coffee, or just cooking something. Like, people love that. And you know, if I had to edit videos, I wouldn't do anything like this. That's why I do podcasts, because
I love making videos. I hate editing them.
Yeah,
That's the reason why I do have an editor.
There is Mia said, what are you doing tomorrow? I guess meeting with you guys for afternoon coffee.
Yeah, we can go ahead. If you want, we're down to that.
It's a
Just
date.
message me.
It's
So
a
it's
date.
a date.
Are you still okay? We hit the 2-hour mark. We still have questions. Are you still okay?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So
As long as my girlfriend is okay, please let me be here. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, she was prepared that I'm gonna be here a bit longer.
we will just a few more questions, because
No, it's okay. No
people
need to
took the
rush.
time to write them. So
Yeah, no need to rush.
And guys, if you have anything else for Sebastian, please type it in the in the chat because we will be finishing soon. So prečo netočíš Grand Theft Auto 5 tak často ako kedysi?
So the question is why I'm not recording GTA 5 as much as I used
po
to.
slovensky. The rule is if otázka is po slovensky.
Oh, you didn't tell me the rule. So
Sorry.
so I have to answer po slovensky?
Po slovensky, hej.
Nenatáčam preto, lebo už to neprináša takú radosť v tom hobby, ako som kedy v tom mal, a to GTAčko už proste není pre mňa také zaujímavé po toľkých rokoch točenia, ako to bolo zaujímavé kedysi. A vtedy som si to aj viacej užíval a ja nedokážem točiť videá, ktoré si nedokážem užiť naplno. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Last question that we have there is, what is your favorite game or favorite games?
I grew up with the GTA series, so basically it's gonna be GTA, I think so. I've grew up, my older brother showed me, like, first GTA was GTA 3, then San Andreas and stuff. And I've developed this habit of not playing single player games because it's like really funny how everything's connected, because when I was at the point when I had depression, I didn't like myself. I didn't like playing single player games because I couldn't last with the game and myself only. That's the reason why I only like searched for multiplayer games all the time. And now when I look back at it, I enjoy them. I've been playing like Days Gone right now. I've been playing like we've been playing with my girlfriend. How is it called? It's something two. Or what's the game?
What do you do in the game?
Like you have they've been like transferred to this.
Oh, It Takes Two.
It Takes Two.
That
Yes,
game
exactly.
that game is amazing,
Jeez,
right?
what a great game! I've managed to play Spider-Man Miles Morales right now. Red Dead Redemption. I just so enjoy to playing single players right now, instead of like go to the Discord and scream with my friends to each other and stuff. Yeah, Rainbow Six Siege was a huge part of our life. We managed to, I think, about like maybe 800 hours on Rainbow Six together.
I really
I
like.
have 2,000 on CS:GO, so.
I really like these single player games, but streaming them, huge freaking challenge. It's
It
so
is.
hard to focus on the story and the chat.
And what is most like way harder is like entertain people with single player games.
Yeah, I know.
We are streaming Grounded with my girlfriend and Akilian, friend of mine. We are streaming Grounded, and basically it's a sandbox game with a like really low story, and you can see that people are not like really enjoying it, because one side is that they don't understand it, and second side is like it's really hard to entertain when you go, oh, I need to pick up rocks, then I need to pick up this, then I need to pick up this, and it's basically all the time like the same process. It's just a huge grinding before you can move up to the new level, and they are not willing to last the whole grinding process. But if you do it off camera, they're like going to banish you. Like basically they're going to banish you. Why did you do it, and what is the purpose of this?
I'd like to ask you about Dalibor Kovac. I think it was back in 2015, 16. Does that make sense?
Oh my god, it's Jesus, it's Kiko. Oh my god. He's a friend from parkour.
Hi, Kiko.
Kiko, wow, they're just a great guy. He's a great guy. Oh my god. We've managed to make fun of I'm not sure if this person even exists. We just made up a name named Dalibor Kovac, and we made so much fun about this guy, and we are not even sure if someone I'm really sure someone is gonna live with that name.
This is now Dalibor sitting on his couch. What?
What's happening? Oh my god. And he was like he was a great friend. He was from a friend group, and Kiko is just a great guy. We've managed to have been on some events together, on parkour events and stuff, and we shared so much laughs. Like I just so much miss those people from parkour. Like those are the genuine great people, but a lot of them grew up same as me, so basically they have like families, jobs, hobbies and stuff, and it's so hard to connect with some people. And I would like to meet every one of them that I spent so much great time with them. They've been like a huge part of my life since
So
I started.
Kiko's waiting.
Yeah, Kiko, we need to not
So
hook up,
we're setting don't hook up with Kiko. We're setting up a challenge. I want to see when you guys meet up with Kiko. He's from Bistrica?
I'm not quite sure where he is right now. We
Kiko,
haven't get in touch for so much.
Where
so
the hell are you, Kiko?
show yourself. Where are you?
Just write Sebastian after this.
Oh
Get
my god,
together.
I just so miss those guys so much. Like so much.
Before we get to the end of the podcast, this is the part where you give the audience maybe a life lesson, some message to walk away with. If there was one thing that you could teach them, what would it be?
That's a great question, actually.
It's a tough one too. I
It's a
realized
tough
that.
one. It's like, first of all, you need to trust your gut, because that's like the huge part of your life. And I will give you this like kind of lesson that I realized, that when you, or like a word home, it means someone, family and stuff. Like it's, home is not always family. It's not a place, it's a person, or it could be a person. And sometimes it's okay not to be able to talk with your family. It's okay not to be okay, and just reach out to other people and realize that you are not obligated to stick with people you've been growing with just because they're just blood or something to you, like genetically bonded. Just if you are not comfortable with the place where you are right now, do something about it instead of like trying to find ways. Because it's, if I knew this before, I would definitely manage to do a lot of stuff, like way more different. So first, just reach out to people if you are struggling, and remember, like, it's okay not to be okay. And home, it's not just a place. It could be a person. It could be your girlfriend, your father, your mom, your friends. It really doesn't matter. Home is where you like feel at home, where you belong, where you feel accepted, and understand that this should be like a life lesson for everyone, because people tend to stick with family because they think they're obligated to, because what would other think. So it's not something you need to do. And go for your dreams. You only live once, and it really doesn't matter if you like fuck up, because that's what we are supposed to do here. We are supposed to fuck up a lot of times before we realize that those were fuck ups. So just go, take every opportunity you can, go to that trip, go with that friend, grab that beer, grab that kofola, and just be yourself and be happy. Be happy. Generally, be happy with however you want. Just be happy. I think that's pretty much I really wanted to.
Thank you for those wise words. How can people find you?
How can people find me? Just write TwileR or TwileR anywhere.
They'll
And
find you.
basically, I'll pop up. If you Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, I'll be there. And I've done this on my Instagram lives before, but I'm not doing Instagram lives as I was before. I'm not doing it anymore. But at the end of every Instagram, because my YouTube live and my Instagram live have been so much separated, because Instagram was like for people that do understand. And we managed to have a few lives with people. And at the end of every live, I just said, if you are struggling, if you have something, just reach out. It's okay. If you want to reach out to me, reach out to me. If I have time and place, I will answer. If you are not able to reach out to me, reach to basically anyone you feel comfortable reaching out. So this is like invitation for everyone, just to get everything straight in your head and think before you do something. So reach out. I'm okay with that. I'll try to cover some answers. If I see it's bullshit, but reach out if you're struggling or you need some advice or help. It's okay. So
Yeah, I try to answer as well as much as I can, but just don't write hello and then disappear, or hello, how are you every 2
or
hours.
should be a new video, new podcast and stuff. We are tired of those like things. Really tired. So
But anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for sharing so much of you. Quite a raw podcast today, I feel. I feel that I need some mekach right now.
we can go grab some.
Or something to fill me in. But definitely thank you. And
Thank you for having me here.
Mia,
It's great.
see you tomorrow. And to the rest of you guys, next week we already have a podcast. Actually, I have to thank you as well for stepping in because this week was
so random.
was destroyed. This week was destroyed
That
by
was so random. I just saw like podcasts that you came out of the nowhere with podcasts. And I was like, I'm gonna write this guy like a man, like, where is my invitation? And you actually responded with a really funny way.
I replied to everybody.
I didn't even expect you'll be like, because I saw you are like inviting some people, and I saw like few people. I realized maybe he's just inviting someone that he likes and he want to like reach out. And then you were like, okay, we're free Friday. And I was like, what? What's happening? And this is the lesson that I was trying to say. Just do spontaneous things, because there was like, if I didn't write you and you didn't write me back, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So it was great, and you've been a great guy. You've been a great host to me. I really appreciate everything that you've done for me, even for the water. I really thank you for the invitation also.
With the invitation is, as I said, right, I don't have, some people think that I'm just, I don't know how to explain it, but that I'm not giving opportunity, but I will invite anybody that has an interesting story.
Yeah. You've done a great job so far, and
Thank you.
how you make this place so friendly and like some comforting, and like I feel like I just left a huge part from my chest here
In English.
in English. I was really scared how I'm gonna sound, because
Everybody is.
basically I'm not I wasn't able, I didn't talk that much in a really long time like in English, and I know my accent isn't perfect, so I was really struggling. So
These are things that absolutely don't matter.
exactly.
You know, at the end of the day. Oh, Tommy K. By the way, can you give a shout out to him, because he was asking good questions? He must be
Tommy,
a big fan.
I actually know Tommy.
You know?
And we've been beefing a long time ago.
Why?
we hated each other for I mean, not each other. Tommy like kind of hated me for no reason. He was thinking I was stealing his friends or something like that. And we were beefing, but when I look back to it, it was just like some cringy kid shit. And actually Tommy he matured a lot. Because I had this like, I put him in the box and I was like, okay, he's an idiot, so I'm gonna put him over there. And we managed to like share a few words together. I managed to give him some stuff he wanted from my work. Please do not share that, you know, Tommy, what it is. And he grown like as a person, because he was also doing YouTube and stuff, and I think he was like looking for some drama or something, and it didn't work out for him with me. And basically we managed to somehow get in touch, and I hope we do not have any like battle axe between us.
No, he was asking nice questions to you. So thank you, Tommy,
Also,
for
Kiko said, "Oh my, I really appreciate that you remember. I'm from Orava, but I like to meet all of you guys. Kiko, we need to go someday. If you are close to Bratislava or anytime I'll be in Banská Bystrica, I'll try to."
Or tomorrow, there's Kofola.
Tomorrow,
if you
Kofola,
wanna
everyone
join.
is invited. So basically, Kiko just reached out, and I really appreciate that you made time and came here, because I really didn't expect that someone from my previous like hobbies and stuff would show
So
up.
random.
Actually, so random, and it's like funny because with Kiko we had a good laugh, but we never like really had this like deep talks or something. We've been sharing laughs so far, so I didn't really. I can say he's like the least person that I would expect to show up. I didn't even know he's still following me on some kind of social media.
Destiny.
He's a great guy. I love him.
As Tommy replied, yeah, but I was a jealous kid, but after our last talk, I wish we could have some more talk. And you know what, Tommy? That's what life is about. You are allowed to be a jealous kid. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to fuck up. But as long as you own up and you apologize, then it's okay. Like anybody that takes ownership for
their own actions
deserves, to be forgiven. Like you're nobody to not forgive people. Of course, there are situations where forgiving is not enough, but I think for most situations you should forgive people that own up.
Yeah, it's like I've learned a lesson not to judge people on the first look.
I judge people on the first look.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
judgmental as hell.
How did you judge me before we end this? What did you think of me when I came here?
Should I be honest?
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear like.
No, I wouldn't invite you. I'm not going to invite somebody that I don't like.
But how did you manage to? Did you check me before you wrote me a message? Oh, you checked why?
I did my quick stalking. No, I I mainly look at your pictures and I'm like, who the hell is this guy? But no, I'm extremely judgmental with people because as I've gotten older, I don't have time or energy to give it to people that don't deserve it.
Yeah.
There is so many good people in my life that I
The
cannot.
New tattoos look good, by the way.
Which new tattoos?
Wait, the other arm.
Is that the Little Prince?
Actually not. It's Jack Frost.
Jack Frost from where?
You know who it is?
No.
You see in the cartoon. Basically, there's like a good story because Jack Frost, he tends to be with Santa Claus, with Easter egg bunny and stuff,
Mhm.
and basically people believe in them. So they saw them. They saw Santa Claus. They saw like a lot of people. Tooth Fairy. It's a
Mhm.
great cartoon, and they saw each one of them, but they never saw Jack Frost.
Wait, isn't he the animated stop motion one?
Not quite sure. I just saw the cartoon. It's a great cartoon, and people, yeah, guardians, Tooth Fairy and stuff. They are guardians of the moon, and there is also Jack Frost, and he has been summoned by Moon, but he died like really in a really weird way, and he died with this stick in hand when he was trying to.
That's very sus. I'm not
think
gonna lie.
he died like with this hand because I think he saved his sister from drowning, and he was the one that drowned. Is it the correct word?
Drowned.
Drowned. Thank you. And
That's very nice.
he's invisible to anyone. He brings like snow and stuff, but he's invisible. There is one
He's
kid,
like Mrazik
something like that.
or
There is
Petting Baba.
one kid that starts to believe in him, and he tend to see him then, and then he told his friends, and like he becomes like known, and it's so great. Like basically, they never believed in him, and there is like this strength. They started believing him, and they started to see him, and he was like accepted because the guardians like Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, Easter egg bunny, they didn't like him because he was arrogant and stuff. He did like things on his own ways, and he wasn't listening to anyone. And then like he get it accepted into the group, and people actually starting to see him, and he got so happy because they never saw him, and from invisible to someone. So basically, it's kind of like a deep story behind it. Even if it's a cartoon, he does a great thing. I really recommend. I'm not sure if you are into cartoons,
I am.
but I do recommend watching it.
You will have to send it to me so that
we
I
can
know
talk tomorrow about it. We can exchange the list.
when we're going to Mekach. Shadow
no.
was trying to make kids not believe in them, and kids believe in them to make them alive. Yeah, isn't Jack Frost also that movie about a snowman? Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's
Well-
a scary one too.
Where his dad dies. That's Jack Frost
Yeah.
also, right?
But there's one scary one as well where there's evil Jack Frost.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
But the one where the dad dies is that guy who plays the Vulture in Spider-Man.
I don't know how it's called.
can't
I know
remember
which
his name.
one. Easter Bunny be buffed. They were friends though. Yeah, there is a history behind them.
I
Yeah,
guess I need to watch this because
Yeah,
a
you
lot of
have
people
to.
know it.
it's great.
But again, oh yeah, we will talk. Oh, the horror movie list. I will post it on the
It was
Discord.
meant for me, not for you. No, I'm just kidding.
I will
Yeah.
post it on the Discord, and we will talk about it tomorrow as well. Some horror recommendations, guys. It's been again a really good podcast. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you enjoyed
you.
being
It
at
was
something po Anglicky.
And the people were great in the chat.
Yeah.
Like kudos to them. They were like so great. And thank you for
Michael Keaton, Are you
Michael Keaton.
are you
Yeah.
gay? Me?
Yes, we are.
No.
I want to thank you to all of the people in the chat. You've been great. You haven't been judgmental and stuff, and you were just great to get to today. And I wish you this kind of community every podcast.
I've been very lucky.
They are great. Like I was a bit scared what's gonna be because it's like your community, it's not mine, and they were great. Like even the moderators, they are great. Like I really appreciate you guys. You've made this easy and comfortable with to me. Thank you.
Moderators are amazing.
Yeah.
To the rest of you guys, remember that Monday we have a podcast. We have Dennis the Menace. You know Dennis Menace?
Not a chance. I'm sorry.
So, he's he's a streamer.
Oh, okay.
He has really good hoodie, like Gengar. Have you seen that Gengar hoodie?
I haven't actually.
I will show you a
have to
picture.
me.
I will
have
show
to
you a
me.
picture. But that's on Monday. And then also remember that I'm going to be streaming some games. After this, when I come back from eating, I'll be streaming the Callisto protocol. I know you guys are looking forward to that. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all.